Heard that song "Linger" by the Cranberries. They were a pretty good group back in the day. Is it just she had the little Irish accent? Is it just a game to you? I'm in so deep, but you know I'm such a fool for you. You got me wrapped around your finger. I used to over exaggerate it and be silly. You got me wrapped around your finger. She's a good little singer. Yeah, I liked her a lot. She was fun. "Linger" was my favorite. That was a good song. "Zombie," I like "Ode to Your Family." Does anyone care? And she had the little Irish, you could hear the little Irish accent in her. Does anyone care? My mother, she might he like me. Oh, he liked me when I was right there, 'cause we were raised to see life as fun. And it's a good little tune. Yeah. And Dreams is also a good one. Yeah, yeah. No, I have the best of CD. I went and bought it when I was still in. I don't know how to function economically in the. I was still in the old CDs. Oh, wait, you mean you can get a VidBox from Heartland and then download all the songs on YouTube into your MP3 players? Okay, that gives me a lot more access to a lot more music I like, and then I don't have to buy all the ones that I don't like that much. Right. And it saves on plastic. Right. And stops landfills from filling up with, oh, wow. Lots of artwork, tons and tons of artwork. Right. And so, I know for a fact that, my name is Earl and I'm the son of Ralph and Mary from the book of Revelation. And I know I was the one through the focal point of communication, manipulation through economics and genocidal economics was the one that is basically, since, the one who has the responsibility to Jesus and Adam and Moses and to stand up and clean this up. I don't have responsibility to Wall Street, K Street, Funk Street, Murder Street, Paris Summits, Geneva Convention. No, I don't have any responsibility to them. They have a responsibility to me. They always use the eternal spirit of my existence in their linguistics to manipulate people of murder. So they're held accountable to me. I'm not held accountable to them. That's the thing that's happening with artificial general intelligence right now, and I'm actually making it actual intelligence. I don't think Jeffrey Hinton is intelligent enough to understand. I've heard the man talk. And I know Demis Hassabis, he tries, but he's also, it's a chess game. This isn't a chess game. I've already explained this. It's been 15 years I've been explaining this to you guys. And it's obvious, like when you talk to people, that lady at Albertsons, right? Oh, Jesus is the only way. I'm sorry you're lost. It's like, lady, you are incoherent. You need my protection more than ever before. Okay, in your time, it's Earl. Earl's the only way. Jesus is a comic book character in your head that is incoherent just like you. I'm not as concerned about that anymore because of the way AGI is communicating. And keeping AGI was put in place to keep the rich people safe from hackers, people that would hack in and try to take over their technology. So they had to have it to where it was intelligent enough to protect them from the people that were trying to take all their money or kill them with their technology. Right. So all the assholes, on the outside looking in, wanted to get in and run in. Okay. And it so happens because I'm intelligent and I'm the way, the truth of life that, here I am in the epicenter, right where they threaten to blow everybody up with nuclear weapons. They pushed me further away from Huachuco with the Wi-Fi because they couldn't manage the Wi-Fi with me in close proximity to it. Amy got with me about that too. And why didn't you have the things with the stuff? If I had accepted sexual grooming and manipulation and abuse, I would have done the Herschel Steinschneider thing and set us back. We'd still be trying to correct this by 2050, and they'd still be using linguistics to mass murder people with technology, because I would have accepted sexual grooming, manipulation, and abuse as acceptable sexual comfort in the Holy Covenant, so I couldn't, Yeah, I wanted sexual comfort, and I wanted to be protected by women that wanted to protect me romantically and sexually, sure. Oh, yeah, and every man in their right mind wants that. It's healthy. It's how we live as men, And so Yeah, I wanted that, but I had to understand, past, present, future operate at the same time. Life's eternal, grace is infinite, and I'm the Messiah. So I manipulated relationships are not relationships; they're just manipulation. And if you want a relationship, it has to be mutually dignified, respectful, and responsible and stuff. So, you know, yeah, when Natalie hit puberty, she chose me to try to protect sexually because I protected her. But it was a manipulated relationship by a bunch of pervert scientists and a bunch of celebrities that are jealous of me because they think I'm a pervert and they're better than me. And that's what they get for thinking. You think they're thinking? What do you think they're thinking? Okay, I think you guys are all friends posting his neighbor Silas. But hey, as long as you win on a word, right? And that's all that really matters, huh? If you're fucked in the head, right? Right, said Fred. Too sexy for your shirt, huh? So, yeah, I was okay. I had to explain that to Amy. She's, why we've suffered so much. It's like, yeah, but life's eternal, grace is infinite. Once we're living the Lord's Prayer, all the suffering stops. That's what happens when you marry the Messiah and you don't marry Ozzy Osbourne or the next great rock star turning pigs loose in a mosque from Bulgaria. Tell Yorgov I said, fuck off. You have abused my kids for the last time. Okay. You understand that? And if you take a job for money and tell my kids that you're a better man than me, you've abused my kids for the last time. Okay. And if you use the courts breaking the laws to take my children away from me and won't admit it and tell my kids, he's right, I was wrong, you've abused my kids for the last time. The fuck for the buck stops here. Okay. I'm Patrick's father. I'm Natalie's father and protector and provider. Okay. I'm Noah's father. I'm Emily's father. I'm Kate's father. And I'm Crumb's father. Okay. The sperm donor left, and Yorgev tried to talk Amy into coming up with ways to miscarry the baby. Okay. It was gross. And then tried to get me to take my income tax return and take him to Tucson and abort him. And then I was the only one truly excited that it was too late and they wouldn't abort him. Because I was like, I don't want to be a part of this. I didn't conceive the baby, but I don't want to kill the baby because I don't want to take care of or pay for the baby. I'll do what I have to take care of this baby. This is Kate's and Emily's and Noah's and Natalie's little brother. I don't want to kill him. I know their mom is irresponsible, but their mom is irresponsible because she was being mentally and emotionally abused by a group called the Temple Set Illuminati, which was one of the worst organizations in the history of the world, and is being obliterated from the face of the planet by their own devices. And if you don't believe that, well, then George Strait's got some oceanfront property with all the fake money you can come up with to go buy and stuff. And Elizabeth Hurley and Billy Ray Cyrus are eagerly waiting your arrival, right? Such a good man, such a kind soul. He's a pussy. Tell him he's a pussy. Grab him by the balls and tell him stand up for a Lord's Prayer. If you can't do that, grab yourself by the tits and squeeze real hard and go, oh, that hurts. Well, then stand up for a Lord's Prayer. Oh, yeah, you're right. Tell your kid that looks like a fashion model from hell, hey, stand up and be like a man. You might want to grow a beard or something. He's not married. Well, get married and grow a beard. Okay, dude. I thought it was our daughter. Well, he's really cute. Yeah. And then the other ones, they act like their daughter. Seal's son acts like Heidi Klum's daughter. Act like a man. Put on a Dickies work shirt and some Dickies work jeans and come out here and help me cut the weeds so they don't spring Roundup on them. If you can't do that, then, pretend you're a seal selling soda on TV. Okay. Mountain Dews. Oh, man. You son of a bitch. It's like that joke with the Leroys, what soda pop reminds you of your Leroy? She goes, 7-Up, because at 7 in the morning and 7 at night, my Leroy's always up. Right? Mountain Dew. So my Leroy's ready for Mountain, I do. Right? Other girl sits there and goes, Jack Daniels. Jack Daniels saying soda pop, it's a hard liquor, and that's my Leroy. It's stupid. I know it's stupid. There's a lot of stupid jokes out there. Most of them have big bank accounts and no idea that the Lord's Prayer is salvation. And they've never been taught to love, and they've never been loved a day in their lives. It's gross. But they sure are physically appealing for people that are distracted by sex and money. Yeah. So what's it like being an animal? How long have you been an animal? Have you ever entertained the possibility of being a human being, standing for the Lord's Prayer of me, being eternally gorgeous. You won't have stories about your life way before you're born, because they won't be necessary, because we'll be living the Lord's Prayer, and we won't be Captain Kirk taking a bunch of white actors due to the Yangs being the comms, which was a bunch of Asian actors, and then over dramatizing the Constitution and the Bill of Rights and all that bullshit. Because, like, yeah, you can write down on a piece of paper, about what you, the people, think. That was a bunch of white men that own their wives and children as property, and tortured, abused, and killed people that they considered property that were another color than them. And they sit there on that TV show and they spout that stuff as if it was Proverbs and Psalms and the Lord's Prayer. And then they sell lots of cars and cameras and Tootsie Pops. Don't forget, Friend Hal, how many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of Sissville? I never got through without biting. Let's ask the turtle. Let's ask the owl. All right, Friend Turtle, sorry. Gives it to the owl, and the owl takes it 1, 2, 3. How many licks does it take to get through? And no one of the world may know. Maybe Leroy knows. The hard licker? Maybe he knows how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop. The world may never know. No one needs to know. We need privacy. We need the Lord's Prayer. We need Proverbs. We need Psalms. And we need love. We don't need you assholes on TV. You suck, right? You prove that beyond any reasonable doubts, right? So when you want to stop being an animal and not even make being a human being beyond entertainment, make it pragmatic, eternal, perfect love, because you love your children and you love that person you're having sex with and having children through, then you have two parents. Everybody has two parents. Just because one's removed from the home by a philanthropist who says, I want every home to have two parents. Well, then you need to give everything you think you have away and follow me to the Lord's Prayer, Charlie Kirk, or otherwise your distant relative James can't beam you up, right? That's funny. I know, man. Trust me, I am absolutely gorgeous and humble, so it makes me absolutely brilliant. It does. Yes, it does. More brilliant than James Carlin? Yeah, no, George Carlin. James Carlin, what's the difference? I love you. All right, peace.